You know the drill. Can I show you something really neat? Oh, suck it now. It's the 2025 Magnum 44 Twin Cat by Oxidean Marine. Hi there, I'm Bill Oxidean. I raced radio-controlled model boats for over 25 years. Over that time, I won a lot of races and broke a lot of records, and I learned a lot, not just about boats, but about life. Eventually, I graduated to full-size drag boats, and I've had a great time doing that. Now, I have my own RC boat factory. We make the world's fastest, most reliable radio-controlled boats. Join us as we show you all about it. Wow, man. These boats came out even prettier than I anticipated. Our new gel coat finish is so beautiful. I am ecstatic. Look at that. Look at that shine. Look at that even, consistent coat. Man, this thing sure is beautiful. Wow. I'm just in awe with the first glimpse and first appearance of this thing. I'm sure our customers will be too, and that is a fact. Jesus. Really beautiful. Look at this party out back. It's gorgeous. Now let's make a pass without that awful tape on there. This thing looks killer. Oh my God. And of course I'm gonna do my famous voila. Yes, indeed, baby doll. This ain't that carbon Kevlar inlay shit. This is a full carbon Kevlar gel coat boat in all its cleanness. Remember I kept telling you guys these things were beautiful? Remember I kept telling you how nice these things were gonna come out? Remember I kept telling you guys the wait was worth it? I wasn't goofing around, Big Daddy. I wasn't goofing around, Big Daddy. Nothing, I mean nothing on the market comes like this. No ready-to-run boat on the planet compares to what we got out here. When you want something clean, something nice, something blasting off, something with all the top-notch stuff in it that you ain't got to change shit, come see Oxidean Marine. Do yourself a big favor. Componentry, anyone? Let's take a look around inside this darn thing. Let's start with OPSL 02, our newest, latest, greatest digital CNC high-speed, high-torque, waterproof servo. And I'll tell you, this thing works kick-ass. It's a lot stronger than its predecessor. It centers perfectly. You get no twitching, no glitching, no hunting. Chromoly gears. Great componentry. This servo is totally awesome and more than what this boat needs. Now let's move on over to the ASCs. We've got Castle Hydra 8S ESCs. Isn't that something? We make jump wires and 90-degree fittings to come around. We even put 90-degree fittings on the ESCs. We want everything clean, sleek, and low on this thing. The ESCs are mounted on these carbon fiber pedestals. They're both double-sided taped and zip tied down. Because you know we don't rely on zip ties. But we've got them on there for extra added strength and protection. 40, 92, 16, 50 kV proprietary Oxidean motors. These are 4-pole, and they perform great with these ESCs. Vented can, big rotor, everything you need for ADAS operation. These boats are rad and they're gonna blast off. In this bag, in this corner, we have here's a Y harness. Here's another Y harness. Here's a Y splitter for the ESCs. And here is our new carbon fiber servo horn. Check out my servo horn. This bad puppy is trick. Really nice. 180 degree Ackerman. We got round hinges. Really cool, and it's gonna look ultra trick on our new steering servo. A beautiful pair. I repeat, a beautiful pair of 4519 CNC props. So nice, so beautiful. Please don't mind my make-believe accents. I live in San Francisco, and there are a lot of people from all over the world that come here. I have a lot of friends of a lot of different accents. Look what we got here. Ooh. Yeah, this rudder is nicer than the previous Magnum. Much nicer. And look at this finish. Look at the shark skin finish. That is the finish that repels water the best. This is incredible. These boats are a piece of equipment. And I'm talking about a really nice piece of equipment. This is more than you bargained for. Look how sturdy and thick that rudder is. No water pickup in the rudder. It's just solid all rudder. This thing will be the speed run master. And I'm talking about, I do mean master. Did I mention these boats come with some grease too? I don't know if I told you, buddy, but grease is the word. Okay, let's get to some aesthetics of this boat because they are extremely good and very conducive of a kick-ass speedrun boat. Push-pull cable steering while we're at it. Let me show you something right off the bat. You notice on like MHD boats, you can see the seam on the outside of the boat. Look at this. You can't see the seam. That's because we joined them beautifully and did the body work all the way around to make sure the seam is invisible. Isn't that trick? This ain't an MHZ and it's much higher quality. Much higher quality. Look at that. You cannot see the seam. This boat can be painted over whatever color you want. Or it's ready for decals. Like you don't have to do any body work and you've got a show quality finish. Now take a look in here. Now, we all know the seam on this boat is right around the middle, right about here. And like here on our older one, on a carbon one, you can actually see where the seam is. So from the inside, we lay a whole layer of carbon that goes from the bottom all the way up into here. It licks all the way up into here. But the beauty of it is, it's 2 layers of seam tape. The first layer, the bond layer, is fiberglass, and you can see it there. You can see the fiberglass peeking out under. Then you can see where the carbon Kevlar starts, right there. So we do one tape seam of fiberglass, then another tape seam of actual carbon fiber or carbon Kevlar. Why do we do that? Because fiberglass and carbon Kevlar have 2 different rhythms and 2 different expansion tensions. And when you have those 2 different expansion tensions, and you layer them into a composite, it's much stronger and much more forgiving. And that's why our hull is not going to break. It's not going to break. It's simply not going to break. You crash this thing at 130, 140, 150, it's not coming apart at the seams. It certainly isn't. And when you take Oxidean Marine's foam tech, because come on, let's be real. I'm the one who brought out this foam, a 2-part expanding foam filling in the boats that a lot of people are doing now, and that's not bad. That's a wonderful thing that other people are doing it, and some of my buddies are doing it, and they're kick ass. They're cool. So I'm not downing it, but I am taking responsibility for bringing that to the table. So you take our strong hull, strong layup, strong seam, then fill it with foam. Forget about it. You got yourself one hell of a toy. Can I show you something cool, guys? Can I show you something cool? So like the HPR and MHD hulls, they have an inherent problem with the hull itself. The hull up here drops down too low. And it makes so you can't get a neutral setting on the strut no matter what you do. What we've done is we went in and we just redesigned everything to where it's higher and you can get a neutral setting. And this boat's gonna take off and run much different and much better than any of its competitors. And hey, some people didn't like our back pickup. Some people didn't like that we had a Y splitter. So on this boat, we decided to put 2 floor pickups. Very well placed, very well positioned. I'm starting to sound like Trump. Look at these beefcake outdrives. Look at these beefcake outdrives. They are so stubby. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the giddiness in my voice, man. I'm ecstatic about these. I'm very ecstatic about them because I talk a very good game. And I've talked these boats up and they are much better than I even told you they'd be. We relocated the antenna tube mount so that you have full access to it. You can really easily get to it right here. When it was up in here, it's a nightmare. And yes, no need for oxy drive. These out drives come with ball bearings, and they're precision ball bearings. This boat basically comes with oxy drives. Carbon fiber sliding battery trays. And guess what it doesn't have? Gentlemen? It does not have those Teflon liners in the stuffing tubes. We just use the right size tubing, and you'll never burn out stuffing tube liners because they don't even have them in there because we do pro level shit. Look at that hatch. That there's a solid hatch. And you can't see the light through it. You can't see no light through it or no pinholes or nothing like that. We have an entirely different new layup than we ever had before. We're laying up all our boats in-house. No one has our layup or quality. I don't care if you go to Austria, Belgium, Germany, Bulgaria, any of that bullshit. They ain't got nothing on Oxidean Marine, and we are mass producing these boats. We got hell of them. So here I am, the one that you love, asking for another day, just like Air Supply. I'm going to get on out of here, guys, because I got a lot of work to do. I got to get this ready, this boat prepped and shipped out to a customer that's been waiting quite some time for it. And just so you do know, we have rampages as well, but that's going to be a different, separate video. If you like what you're seeing here, which is the finest RC boats on the market, subscribe to our channel. Smash down that like button, and by all means, continue enjoying radio-controlled bottle boating. Bill Oxidean, the Magnum 44, over and out.